Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you watched the video and you like it, please consider subscribing at the end. I would really appreciate that. And on today's episode, I decided to make another dish, and this time around we're gonna do mushroom vegetable stir fry. You can say it's Asian style again because we're gonna be using a sauce and marinade that is Asian. And let's start with the ingredients. So for the stir fry, you're gonna need a few ingredients. So one of them is a zucchini. So just a regular green zucchini. I'm just gonna use one. You're going to need one bell pepper or a little bit less, depending on the size. So use preferably yellow, orange, or red, not the green one, because these are more sweet. You're also going to need some cloves of garlic. These are just peeled garlic, and I'm using 4 cloves, and as well as some mushroom. Now you can use regular mushroom. You can use oyster mushroom or king oyster mushroom. So these are king oyster mushrooms, and they're mainly found in Asian stores, but recently I've been able to find them even at an Italian grocery store. But you can use just regular white mushroom, doesn't really matter. I just like the taste of these. You're also going to need some spices. So I'm going to use this vegetable and herb medley, and this is salt-free. So we are going to add some salt, some peppers. This is just a mix of different color pepper. Also dry garlic, as you know I like garlic. Some oil just to pan fry, so this is olive oil. And also for this recipe I'm using this. This is a teriyaki stir fry and marinade sort of sauce. You can also make your own stir fry sauce or buy any kind of stir fry sauce at your food store and use that. I just like this one, so I'm going to use this one today. And that's actually all the ingredients. So let's just cut up all the ingredients and I'll show you how to stir fry it. So the first thing we're going to do, let's work on the zucchini. So just cut off the ends, and you just want to cut all your vegetables pretty small pieces and try and make it pretty similar size pieces so it cooks more evenly. So for this, I'm just going to cut my zucchini in half. And then I'm gonna make cuts like this. Then I'm gonna cut this way. And I like to cut this pretty small for this side dish. Okay, and maybe just like that. Okay, and cut the rest of the zucchini the same way. And you can place it all into a bowl and just mix it all together. We're going to be cooking it all together. I find that these vegetables all cook pretty evenly and they take about the same amount of time, so I just cook them all together. So that's all the zucchini cut up. Now let's work on the bell peppers. So of course the first thing you want to do is cut it in half and of course clean it out. So remove the stem with the seeds, and I like to remove some of this white membrane as well. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cut it like this, pretty thin strips, and then I'm just gonna make small sort of like cubed pieces. So I'm just gonna take a few at a time, and I'm just gonna cut like this. And that's how you wanna cut up your bell pepper. Now let's cut up the mushrooms. I think I'm going to start with 3, maybe use 4. And the same kind of idea as the zucchini. So we're just going to cut like this. Make strips, cut into chunks. Okay, and the last ingredient, you just need to chop your garlic into some kind of small pieces. It doesn't have to be too tiny. And also add it to the same mix. And for this recipe, I do prefer minced garlic than the garlic put through the garlic press. I find it more flavorful this way. So that's all the ingredients prepared. So take this over to the stovetop and I'll show you how to make this. Don't forget your oil and the spices and the sauce I showed you. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is turn on your stovetop to the high setting, and I'm using a wok again. If you don't have a wok, use some kind of a deep frying pan. Add oil, and I add like a decent amount of oil here. So just the olive oil that I like to use. Once your pan warms up, you can add all of your vegetables all together. Okay, so now I'm just gonna add all my vegetables, like I said, all together. And you're gonna start tossing them and mixing them together So really you want to cook on very high heat or medium high heat. It really depends on your stovetop and your frying pan. But you want to keep tossing it so it cooks on high heat and pretty quickly. Mushrooms do like to take up oil. So if you find that your pan is too dry, and you don't like, this pan is good even if it's dry because it's a good non-stick pan. So I find the things don't stick to the bottom even when there's really like no oil at the bottom. But you can always add more oil. So like I'm probably just gonna go ahead and just add a little bit more oil. Just I find that the vegetables golden and brown up a little bit faster and better if you have more oil. And at this point, let's just start adding some of our spices. So I like to use the dry garlic. I like to add more salt, but don't do too much just because the sauce that I'm using is also salty. Of course, my mix of pepper and my favorite vegetable herb medley. And I add quite a lot of this. This gives a very nice taste to your vegetables. So now the idea is just to keep mixing it, and I'm actually not even going to turn down the heat. I'm going to cook it on the highest heat, and I'm just going to keep mixing it. And now you decide on the time for yourself. It really depends on how soft you want your vegetables to be. So I like mine that are still a little bit crunchy, so I cook maybe like 5-7 minutes depending. If you want your vegetables to be more soft, of course go closer to like a 10-minute mark. So really the next 5 minutes, all I'm gonna do is just cook it on high heat, and I'm just gonna keep tossing it so it cooks evenly. Once the 5 minutes are up and I feel like they're ready, I'm just gonna add some sauce, mix it, and take it off the stove right away. Okay, so now we're just gonna add this actually I'm gonna turn off the heat, and I'm gonna add some of the stir-fry sauce. Maybe like 3-4 tablespoons. You can do it to your own taste. Just mix it all together and it's actually ready. So I'm gonna serve it on a dish and I'll show you. Okay, so here's the final product. So the mushroom vegetable stir-fry. Let's see up close. So this is a stir-fry made with king oyster mushrooms, zucchini, as well as garlic and bell pepper, as well as we added some spices and some olive oil. So this is a very healthy dish. I guess it's a great dish for even vegetarian and vegan, or if you're just trying to eat healthy. It is also filling because the mushrooms are pretty filling. So I hope you try it next time for your side dish. I hope you enjoy it. And thank you so much for watching like always, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you. Bye.